Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have a twofer showing some range. We've got Hall of Famer Joe Montana on the show, Joe Cool, comeback kid, and then we also have Akon, who is a legend in his own right. Rapper, maybe building a city in Africa that we talked to him about extensively. He's got his own Bitcoin called Akoin. Really fascinating interview. Awesome interview. That was actually one where Hank, we have a process of who we agreed to have as guests. Hank didn't even ask us. He was just like, yeah, we're going to do Akon. And then when it popped up, we're like, fuck yeah, we're going to do Akon. So we have that. We have NBA playoffs starting up. Hockey playoffs we're balls deep in hockey playoffs. And who's back of the week? Before we do all of that, Pardon My Take is brought to you by the Cash App. Not only is it the easiest place to send money to your friends, it's the safest. It's the #1 social distancing app in the world. It is an awesome app. Links directly to your bank account. Super easy to use. You got to send money to your friends, family, fantasy football coming up. Whatever it may be, the Cash App has you covered. And, of course, when you download the Cash App, enter the referral code Barstool. You'll get $10 for free. $10 for free, straight up, and $10 goes to ASPCA. So download the Cash App from the App Store, Google Play Store today, and get involved with the Cash App. Also follow them on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. They're giving out free money all the time, including right now. If you use that code Barstool, you get $10 for free. So download it. Download the Cash App. We love the Cash App. We're in the Cash App studios right now. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by the Cash App. Go download it right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to the ASPCA. Today is Monday, August 17th. Boys, there's so many fucking sports.
It's awesome. It's great. Every day, afternoon, before you go to bed, you turn the TV on, and there's sports on. There's meaningful sports on.
Everywhere.
As
far as the eye can see.
It's an overload of sports, unless you're a Cardinals fan. Well, I guess they came back this week.
They came back.
But, yeah, it's been
And they had 4 home runs in a row hit on them.
Yeah, they did.
That was awesome.
I forgot just how heartbreaking it is to be a hockey fan in the playoffs when your team stinks with a capital S.
All right, so let's start there. Do you think the Caps maybe regret not signing Barry Trotz? Considering the fact that he's working right now?
Yeah, he is working. Now, Barry Trotz has never been a master tactician of any sort, but Todd Reirden, he does look like Kevin Malone behind the bench every game, just like he's spilling chili all over himself, trying to figure out what to do, and he's shot to bed. And the Caps here.
That's an underrated story, though. Can we just talk about that for a second? The fact that the fact the Capitals didn't re-sign their Stanley Cup winning coach after he won a Stanley Cup is still so fucking crazy to me. I know there's money and all that stuff, but how do you win a cup and not bring that guy back?
Especially just the way that he looks. He just looks like a hockey guy. He's got no neck. His chin extends direct. He's got like taquillo spikes from the shoulders up going on.
He's just a little sausage.
Listen, he's a fun coach. He's a player's coach. And
he won a cup.
Once you get to the playoffs, it's all about just like making your team comfortable, right? You just need a coach that people want to play hard for. Todd Reirden is not that guy. The power play for the Capitals is as bad as I've ever seen in an NHL game.
Seems like they need a good coach.
Really bad.
Stanley Cup winning coach.
So I've resigned. Well, I quit on the team. Hand up, I quit on the team.
Wow.
I realized on Friday that I'd watched every goal that went in for the Islanders.
You're hanking
and I
them.
didn't watch any of the goals that the Caps scored. So today I listened to it on the radio instead of watching the game.
And they still lost.
And listening to hockey on the radio sucks.
Yeah.
Because like they talk so quickly about where the puck is, who's got it, that I found myself, I accidentally cheered when the Caps got scored on because I was like, oh, wait, I thought that was our goal.
Damn.
So, yeah, we're done. Over.
Blackhawks, they're fighting. They're scratching and clawing. There's also been, it's just been, I mean, the Blackhawks are probably going to lose on Tuesday night. We're probably going to have a double Soggy Sorrows on Tuesday night's show.
Soupy Sorrows.
But they fought. They fought hard, got outshot by 1 billion, and Corey Crawford was like, hey, I'm going to throw it back real quick and have a hell of a game. Hockey playoffs, though, like I was watching that entire Flames-Stars game, there's just nothing like it. Even without the fans, there's nothing like it. And Hank, Bruins Hank, we should at least ask your opinion on Tuukka Rask going with the very bizarre comments of like, yeah, we're just trying to have fun out there, and then opting out the next day, which I will defend him in a little bit, where we do this thing in the media where we're like, we just want guys to give real answers, and he gave a very real answer, and then he gets killed for it. But still, it's a weird look.
The Boston media has always like hated Tuukka Rask. People have always wanted him out. And he said it's for family, so it's one of those things where it's hard to be like... You
can't hate on him.
Yeah, you can't hate on family. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes and all that stuff. But it's crazy that he went into the bubble. Like, who leaves the bubble in the playoffs?
It's a bubble.
Yeah. In the playoffs. It just... That quote of just like, I'm just trying to have fun out there. Like, it's not really... It doesn't really feel like real hockey, just trying to have fun.
Reading between the lines, it sounded like,
especially after
from what
like,
the teammates said,
blowing Game 7 last year, like you'd think he'd want some revenge for that. You know, like they're 1 game away from the Cup. The playoffs are starting. This is your time. Like, if you're not having fun, it's like 3 weeks.
But you saw the reaction like from his teammates. It seemed like there's something going on that's not public. They even said like, nobody questioned this. We're all on his side. Whatever.
That's over. Where it's like it literally makes no sense for someone to go into the bubble and then leave unless there's something serious going on. So you have to just assume something serious is going on.
I have had this thought that this is the easiest for if you're a fan of a team that loses in the playoffs, whether it be NBA or the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is the easiest letdown of all time because you can play that game in your mind. Like, what's the point of even winning a cup if you can't go to games or go to the bars with your friends or win the cup? If you win the cup, like, have a parade. Like, you can't even have a parade.
It's an asterisk.
So it is the easiest letdown. Everyone should enjoy it if your team loses. Just enjoy the fact that this will be the easiest letdown of all time that we'll ever have as fans.
Yeah, I was just looking forward to the potential of maybe watching meaningful hockey games for myself,
right?
Like into September potentially. That would have been cool. But yeah, I've pretty much given up on the season. Now that said,
you quit on the team.
That said,
you took a rest.
That said, I'm removing myself from the fan bubble. But don't let us win one, because if we win one, then we got We got Kurt, and then we got Pedro, and then anything can happen. Game 7.
PF Tuukka.
PF Tuukka. Yeah,
PF Tuukka.
That works.
Yeah, just announce that you're opting out right before the game. Actually, just wait until
they get a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it's like I'm opting out.
I'm still technically listen. I'm having fun, but it doesn't feel the same. Doesn't feel like playoff hockey.
Yeah,
and you guys don't really follow like the inside Boston media, but there is some beautiful like takeage going on where it's like a lot of the radio guys wanted Tuukka out the whole season, and then when he opts out, they're like, well, what? How can you do that?
Yeah,
like,
we do
this
that.
Is Shaughnessy season.
We do that thing in all of media where it's like we want these guys to give an honest answer, not the canned answer that you hear all the time. Played hard, going to try to win a game, played 60 minutes, blah, blah, blah. He actually gave a real answer where he's like, it doesn't feel like playoff hockey, and then we shit on it, which, I mean, I guess that's just, we're all hypocrites.
Well,
right?
I don't think too many people shit on it. Like, I saw some people in the media, like, here and there doing it, but from the verbiage that, like, the team was saying about it, I think everybody kind of realized, like, maybe we don't have all the facts about Rask.
Well, not the opt-out. The shitting on the opt-out's weird because it's like if there's a family issue. I'm saying shitting on the I'm just trying to have fun out there.
Yeah.
Playoff hockey.
Right.
That is an honest answer that then gets shit on, and it's like, yeah, you know what? We're all fucking hypocrites and assholes.
Yeah, listen, the guy was trying to have fun playing a game, and that's what I don't even think he said anything that was that bad. It's just like as a fan, you want the athletes to be as bought invested, in and invested as
and
you
are. They never will.
And they probably won't be, but at least let us maintain that veneer of just being like, yeah, these guys care more than me. Because then I don't feel like a huge loser.
Yeah, you get them every now and then. That's why I always love a guy like Joakim Noah. It's like, hey, he cares just as much as me.
Yes, being reminded.
Those guys become your champion.
Really, in sports, I just don't want to be reminded of the fact that it makes no sense that I care so much about something that is so inconsequential. So let me maintain that.
We also have the NBA playoffs set. We had a great play-in game, which I think they're going to do now forever, which will be great. The 8-9 play-in game, which happened on Saturday at 2:30. I do not know why it was 2:30 on Saturday. That was very bizarre. But we have the Blazers as the 8th seed, the final team to make it. The media has Blazers derangement syndrome.
Oh, I love the Blazers.
They have Blazers derangement syndrome. The Lakers are going to fuck the Blazers up. Write it down, quote it. 5 games, maybe. They're going to fuck them up.
Lakers have the bubble MVP on their team?
This is coming from Laker Dan straight to your ears. The Lakers are going to fuck them up.
Do the Lakers have the bubble MVP on their team?
Lou Williams, right?
Did one of the Lakers' starting players' mom just die from corona, and he's playing for her honor?
Grandmother.
Nice. Nurkic, yeah.
That changes things a little bit.
Yeah, but
all right. So now is it Lakers in 6?
Yeah, Lakers in 7. It was Blazers in 6.
Do the Lakers have Slim Mello on their team?
Oh my
Slim
God,
Clutch Mello,
who excels in bubble environments like the Olympics?
Dude, Mello.
Great point, DFT.
Yeah, thank you.
Melo is so washed, and it's just...
No, he hit that 3, Big Cat.
He hit that 3.
He hit that 3.
He was
Clutch
minus
Melo.
4 in a game they won by 5.
All right,
they played
stats
38
nerd.
minutes.
He hit the 3.
And which is more about Damian Lillard being an unselfish superstar. Damian Lillard's incredible, and CJ McCollum is incredible. The Blazers play pickup basketball. They do not play defense.
Yeah,
so
true.
When they play against the Lakers, I think the Lakers just need to get 3 consecutive stops and the game's over.
I don't know. Listen,
it could happen in the first quarter.
Nobody talks about all the punches that Buster Douglas threw that didn't connect. Nobody talks about the kicks that Appalachian State didn't block against Michigan.
This is what we do, though.
We shouldn't focus on Melo and the 83% of the threes that he missed. We should focus on the fact that he's rebranded as Slim Melo Robert Horry.
But how many times does LeBron? I know this is different because it's the bubble and everything's weird. But how many times does LeBron have to do that thing where at some point in the year
the league fixes games for him so he wins?
At some point in the year, the team doesn't look right because he knows that the playoffs are different, and he doesn't care if they didn't. They coasted to the 1 seed. They won that like halfway through the bubble, and then when they start playing the Blazers, they're going to kick their ass, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Anthony Davis and LeBron James are really fucking good."
They are good, but Big Cat, you're turning your back on the podcast community by going against CJ McCollum.
Well, I am.
Do the
Laker
Lakers?
Dan.
Do the
I'm
Lakers
Laker
have
Dan,
any
though.
podcasters?
Everyone knows
on their
I'm
team?
a diehard Laker fan.
Actually, I bet you Dwight Howard probably does a secret podcast.
Yes.
About snakes.
I love
and,
CJ McCollum.
magicians
He's
that
a
nobody knows
fucking
about.
assassin. He is so awesome at the end of games. They're going to lose in 5. Maybe swept.
I'm taking the over on that.
Okay.
Same.
I
You guys
think
it's gonna go 6.
Blazers in 6.
Blazers in 6.
Yeah, Blazers in 6.
Same.
Great.
I am fully bought into the media derangement syndrome of the
if
Blazers.
the Blazers
Blaze
beat
up.
the Lakers,
Blaze up.
Hank will get a cat.
Hashtag Blazers.
No.
Yeah. No,
Incorrect.
I just bet it. I just made that bet.
You made that bet
Yeah,
for me,
for
but
you,
I'm not
yes,
agreeing
correct,
to it under
correct.
any
Hank
circumstances.
will get a cat.
Blazers are the most fun team right now to watch, and a lot of that is because they played really hard, knowing that they had to play really hard. So just let
They
me
won by like 3 in every game.
Let me
that they
enjoy
had
like
to
a
have.
day and a half of being like, yeah,
I
the
enjoy
Blazers
watching.
could do
Listen,
it.
I enjoy watching the Blazers. I'm just going to call out what I'm seeing is everyone being like, "Dude, Blazers live dog." No, shut up. Not going to happen.
Damian, so
Team of Destiny.
If we're handing out our bubble awards,
Oh, the grandmother
by the
thing,
way,
not mothers.
TJ Warren.
Are those actual awards?
No, I don't
Is the
think
NBA
so.
doing it?
I don't
Just
think
everyone in the media is doing it?
I think so.
Okay, our bubble award MVP, you want to give it to Dame?
Sure.
I'm going Lou
TJ
Williams
Warren
because that was sweet.
And Dame.
The NBA officially announced.
Oh, they
first-
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that's what I'm
Great.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
So
Boom.
Dame deserved it, without a doubt. TJ Warren finished second.
I think Booker finished second.
Devin Booker also, yeah. The Suns, they would have... Listen.
It's bullshit that
Watch
you can
out for
go
the Suns
undefeated in
next
the
year.
bubble and not get in the playoffs.
I know, they
That's
should have gotten something.
statistically
Right.
should be illegal.
Any other NBA before the games actually start? Hank, are you excited? The Celtics are going to kill the Sixers.
Yeah, it's like my
That's
favorite part of the
another
year.
one.
Although it feels like spring because it's like, first round of the playoffs, Celtics work the Sixers.
You do have to be a little worried that Ben Simmons is out, though,
No.
because they are objectively better when it's just Embiid.
We'll see.
Well, no,
And
because
Embiid's banged up too, though.
Yeah, he is, and also the
Celtics
the Sixers are the. I feel like the Celtics have only athletic wings, and the Sixers have none.
Well, also, Kenny the Jet was saying that Ben Simmons is going to be able to shoot in the bubble because there are no fans around to boo him.
True. But then he hurt his kneecap. And he's got like foreign bodies floating around in his knee, right? Yeah.
So that doesn't sound great.
Any other, let's see. I don't see any big upsets happening in the first round. I feel like this is, unfortunately.
Nets Raptors.
Keep
an eye on it.
Keep
an eye on it. Keep an eye on it.
Oh
That's
my
all I'm
God.
saying.
Okay, I got one eye on it.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
Okay.
What about...
I feel like we all have bubble derangement syndrome
I
where
do.
we're like, anything could happen,
Listen,
and then
I'm
all the
convinced-
higher seeds are going to win like it always happens in the NBA, and then we'll get into the playoffs.
I'm convinced that the Bucks are just absolute garbage. I don't
'Cause
think
of Hank?
Facts.
Yeah, because of Hank. Well, the Bucks haven't been playing well. Who are they playing in the first round? The Magic.
Giannis should be suspended for the first 3 games. That's bullshit. No one.
Yes.
If you headbutt someone in the
Bucks are gonna
nowhere
beat the
else in
Magic
the world,
by-
you get suspended for only one game
They're
unless you're Giannis.
They're going to beat the Magic by 27 in game 1, and we're all going to be like, oh, yeah, another one.
You know what? I am desensitized to headbutts recently. Like that, we'll never have as good of a headbutt as Zinedine Zidane put
True.
on him in the was it Maserati or whatever
That's
in
fact.
the World Cup Finals.
That's fact.
So this Giannis headbutt, that was a little love tap.
Yes.
1.5 games.
Any other? I'm trying to think if there's any other NBA playoff like matchups that I guess I am excited for. Like the other one that everyone's going to sell them in is they're going to be like Luka against the Clippers. That one's going to be another one where Clippers are going to probably win in 5. Maybe Kawhi takes a game off because of his knee or whatever. I think
Mike Conley's going home.
Yep.
Because
birth of his child. Some things are bigger than sports.
Way bigger than sports. So Denver, Utah, which, as we've said, should be played at altitude, or at least if it's a Utah home game, they should allow like 1 or 2 of those synthetic fans on the screens to be yelling very harmless cuss words.
And Chris Paul versus the Rockets will be
Yes,
good.
Chris Paul versus the Rockets. Russell Westbrook, who's I don't think playing in Game 1 versus the Thunder. That will be fantastic. Either way, just day basketball. Shout out the NBA. I don't even know if they had a choice because they didn't want to run concurrent games. But I was nervous for a while going into the playoffs that they wouldn't do these afternoon games. They're doing them for the first round. Thank you.
Well, they've got to step it up because hockey in the first round had so many like double, triple overtime games. Which sucks, by the way, if you're at work and you're trying to pretend that you're working and not watching hockey, and then you end up staying like 3 hours late, and your boss is like, "Wow, you're really working hard." You're like, "No, it's the 5th overtime that's happening right now."
Yes. All right. So the only other news that I had is Big Ten football is definitely going to come back.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a petition.
Yeah, there's change.org.
There's a petition. Justin Fields started one. It's up to like 200,000 signatures right now.
I would say conservatively, I've signed it 75 times.
Well, they should do where like whichever team has the most players sign it, that's the Big Ten champion.
Yeah, I've just been anyone who says anything mean to me on Twitter today, I've just been taking their Twitter handle and just signing the petition for them.
Yeah, the Big Ten season.
Juicing those numbers.
This year's the season is going to consist of a couple more schedule releases that get canceled, and then this petition that goes out. You're still very much in the bargaining stage.
Oh yeah, no, the fact that this petition has 200,000 signatures. And people are starting to be like, what? You know, it's kind of like whenever there's a change.org, like change.org, let's end racism. Well, this might actually do it.
Has it
like
changed?
Change.org.
Has
let's
that,
bring back football.
Has
okay.
a change.org petition ever accomplished anything? I don't think it has.
I don't know.
I like the one that's take Kylie Jenner out of the WAP music video.
There
Agreed.
we go.
Agreed.
Yes.
How do you even do that?
Delete the snacking video.
What if there was a bubble for fans? Like, this is still bargaining right now. What if Wisconsin fans hypothetically could sign up and be like, hey, if you let us go into games, we will bubble ourselves. Like, can you imagine the environment that would be 90,000
It'd be great.
LSU fans just camped out in Baton Rouge?
Yes.
What if, now, okay, let's talk about solutions instead of excuses like John Taffer. What if there was a rule saying that the SEC could have fans at games? If
I think that exists.
If those fans, well, a lot of teams are saying that they're not.
I feel like the SEC is just gonna fucking have a schedule. Like they're gonna play college football like nothing has changed.
Okay, so I'll put it this way: a lot of NFL teams have already
Correct.
said no fans in stadiums. What if they said you can
Not
come
Jerry Jones.
attend games if we shoot you up with this vaccine
From Russia.
and then we monitor you? So in reality, it would be like a real world application of the vaccine test.
Yes. In.
Wait,
What
so
up, Billy?
You're saying that the people that they test the vaccine on are going to be the only people allowed to go to games?
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Yes.
Even if it's like an SEC school, which probably doesn't – a lot of their fans don't want to get a vaccine, what if you said you could attend games if you got this vaccine? I guarantee you a lot of people would change their mind.
I'd take it right now.
That.
Right this second.
Fucking, I'll chance it. You know it's true.
Absolutely. I'd take
Billy,
it, no questions
they'll
asked.
just sign a waiver.
I'd take the Russian one. If you get me some Russian vaccine, you're like, but this will make sure that football happens?
Yeah.
In. So in.
Just bubbles are the answer to everything, Billy.
Yes.
Why don't you realize that? They should just put the USA in a bubble.
Yeah, they should put the world in a bubble.
Yeah, okay. Boom, done. World in a bubble. COVID solved.
Mm-hmm. Everyone has to get tested, wear a mask, bubble.
Yep.
Done.
Boom. And this concludes our segment, Our Heads Are in the Sand.
Yes. But I would say there's a 10% chance that I think that this fucking stupid petition online is going to actually change something.
Well, so when I
say 10%, obviously I mean like 60%.
So as far as the commissioner of the Big Ten,
it's 100% going to happen.
I think he just basically he wants to say we don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and I'm scared to death of getting sued.
Dude, his son is playing for Texas A&M.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Everyone sign the petition. Do your job. Sign the petition. Sign it for your dog. Sign it for your neighbor. Sign the petition. I think if we get to 1 million, they have no choice but to play Big Ten football.
It's called change.org.
Yes.
Okay? We're here making positive changes.
Let's fucking do it. All right, let's get to Who's Back of the Week.
I bet Sean McVay would just cut up all of his shirts to donate them as masks for all the St. Louis or all the LA Rams fans.
Yes.
No more shirts.
Whoops. Oh, I was going to just show my abs real quick. All right, PFT, before we get to Who's Back of the Week, you got a quick ad.
I do, and it's for 3Chi. This product is probably the most popular product that we've been talking about on Part of My Take recently, and for good reason. I had some 3Chi last night, had a great night's sleep after the fights were over. I was all energetic. I was all excited. Just watched a full UFC card, just watched basketball, just watched hockey, but I got to sleep like a baby because I took some 3Chi before I went to bed. It was awesome. 3Chi is a Delta 8 THC product. So Delta 8 THC is different from Delta 9 because it's a federally legal version of THC. The effects of Delta 8 are a perfect hybrid of CBD and Delta 9, giving you a similar buzz and all the medicinal effects of Delta 9 without the laziness, without the anxiety, without the paranoia or mental fogginess that you might have when you take Delta 9. Delta 8 users with 3Chi's products report feeling far more active and outgoing with increased confidence. Almost none of the anxiousness and paranoia that you get with Delta 9 usage. Again, it's federally legal. It's a perfect substitute for anyone who's using Delta 9 who wants that same great feeling without the negative side effects. If you live in a state where maybe you can't get your hands on legal Delta 9, guess what? 3Chi has you covered with their Delta 8 CBD THC products. They're made in the USA with USA-grown hemp, and they are the first federally legal THC products sold in the USA since Prohibition started 90 years ago. They're not just the best in the industry. They invented the industry. Go to their website at 3chi.com. That's the number 3chi.com. Or you can visit them at select retailers around the country. You have to be 21 to purchase, but you can go to 3chi, that's the number 3chi.com, or visit the retail shops around the country. They have vapes, they have gummies, they have tinctures, they have oils. I ran through those gummies so fast. I am badly in need of a re-up, but I still got the vapes. I got the oils. You can use those to make your own homemade edibles. You can take the oils and just put them under your tongue for about a minute. You'll be feeling nice. I had their Comfortably Numb last night. Boom. Knocked me out. I'm telling you guys, you will love it. And we're going to give you a 5% discount. They could charge whatever they want for this. They don't have to be doing a discount, but they are because they're awesome. Go to 3chi.com. Use promo code PMT at checkout. Get 5% off your order. Must be 21. 3chi.com. Promo code PMT at checkout.
All right, who's back of the week? Hank,
I have
you're
a few.
back.
I actually forgot we talked how we missed this at the beginning. Alex Smith is back.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
He is back.
Dude.
Can we just say,
That's video?
please stop spraying slippery liquids around Alex Smith's feet?
They put up a video of Alex Smith and his family celebrating the fact that he was returned to play football again, and he doesn't look like he could play football.
His leg.
I think I could play football better than he could play football.
I
currently.
don't. He couldn't avoid the rush of his 5-year-old spraying Dasani on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put out pictures of his leg, and it's like disturbing.
It's not
Well,
good.
his leg is in basically a forever cast right now. He doesn't go anywhere without that like AI style compression sleeve that goes from his ankle to his testicles. And I guess it's like keep germs out of his leg like as much as possible. But I want him to play, but I don't want him. I want to see him out there.
Be happy.
But I don't. Alex, please.
What doctor?
The Redskins team
cleared
doctor.
him?
Or, excuse me, the Washington football team doctor.
I also just love that everyone just saw that like red meat of auto retweets, just tweeting like Alex Smith broke his leg 2 years ago this day. Like,
Best thing you'll see all
yeah,
day.
thought he was going to get it amputated.
Never
now
give
he's
up.
cleared to
Right, it's
7,000 retweets. Like I saw that tweet 1,700 times.
Yeah, it's like Ryan Shazier walking out to midfield to flip a coin. They're like, the doctors have cleared him. Isn't this a great story? I don't know, Jim.
He also almost broke his ankle in the flip flop. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Like that would have been. That objectively would have been hilarious if he had just broke his ankle, like his other ankle, celebrating coming back.
Yeah.
And his like kids create a slippery driveway and he just shatters his leg.
Yeah, just
his other leg. That would have been one of the funniest videos of all time. I'm comfortable saying
Keep
that.
all liquids away from Alex Smith's leg at all costs. Don't even pee on your feet, Alex Smith, in the shower.
Oh, man.
Just don't shower.
Yeah. I don't think he can with that cast.
Just sponge yourself. Well, it's not a cast. It's like a giant sleeve that he wears, but it also is a constant reminder that like, hey, that leg's fucked up.
Yes, very fucked up.
He's got like the black patch that NBA players wear on their jerseys, just in remembrance of his leg.
Yes.
R.I.P. Fibia.
What else you got?
My other who's back was cancel culture. So these people will stop at nothing until everyone in the world is canceled. And last week they got my boy Genghis Khan.
Oh.
Crazy.
Genghis.
Yeah. Just can't let the guy die in peace. He only
he only killed like
11
third of the population.
11%, Big Cat. Don't exaggerate. 11%.
I'm part of the problem.
Yeah.
But we did get people saying like, hey, Genghis Khan had some good ideas. Without him, we would not be in the place that we are. What were you saying, Billy? You were defending
something
Genghis?
about they were saying that he set up a system of checks and balances in government. And
Well, yeah, I'll murder you if you say anything bad about it.
Well, I'll either fuck you or murder you.
Yep.
You choose.
there's something like 7% of the population has his Y chromosome, which is actually pretty insane.
Wasn't there the argument that he actually helped in global warming because he killed so many people?
Yes.
Live long enough to become, it's like what's the
it's
the little girl Greta?
Now it's like
Greta and Genghis Khan. Basically the same.
If you're dead long enough, you'll also become a villain again.
Yes,
so
yes.
live long enough, die young enough to be a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. But then you die, and then you get good again, and then you get bad
Canceled.
again once Twitter gets invented.
Dude,
Free
Genghis
Genghis.
Khan.
Free
Canceled.
Genghis.
Canceled.
Not all cons.
They spread horses.
What?
Horses got spread because of the Mongols.
Okay.
No one rode horses.
So spread them.
Yeah, like
The use of them?
yeah,
Popularized?
they and they probably left some horses when they left. So horses.
Okay,
Nice.
so Secretariat would not exist without
Exactly.
Genghis
Without
Khan.
Genghis Khan. Thank you.
Barbaro, the Alex Smith of horses, would not have existed without Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. All right, PFT, your who's back?
My who's back of the week is Kyle Sloter.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, my little hobby horse. That I fucking love Kyle Sloter. He is the epitome. Every team has this quarterback. The quarterback that is the best preseason quarterback of all time, and you always think in the back of your head, like, this guy could be a superstar if only everybody else saw in him what I'm seeing in him. I think he's thrown 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, like 1,100 passing yards. He has the highest preseason completion percentage of any quarterback ever, I'm pretty sure, and I think he's going to your Bears.
But there's no preseason.
But there's no preseason this year. So we're finally going to get to see what Sloter will be like in a non-preseason environment.
Are we in the trust tree right now?
Sure.
I saw a slow-mo video. Mitch Trubisky looks awesome.
There you go. There you go.
He was a fucking perfect spiral.
Oh.
It was a perfect spiral.
We
I feel good.
We also got our first taste of Joe Burrow in a Bengals uniform,
Yes.
throwing like a 6-yard slant to A.J. Green.
Love it.
Looked awesome.
Yes.
The ball was a spiral.
Pads are going on.
It was slow-mo. Mm-hmm. That's all it takes to make your quarterback look awesome.
When I saw this
I want to
Mitch clip,
fuck that spiral.
I was like, oh, my God. He hit him in stride. There was no defense being played, but that doesn't matter. In stride, perfect spiral. Just going to say it.
There you go.
Breakout star.
So Mitchell's back because
hey, 2020, weird shit's happened. Let's do it.
Maybe because of like the pressure that Sloter is putting on him from behind, both him and Nick Foles.
Imagine if Mitch Trubisky won the MVP. What? Why was that laugh? Why was that a laugh?
Oh no, something completely separate.
Okay,
Yeah, different.
Any other? Who's
I was
back?
thinking
believe
about
in Mitch.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about Mitch totally.
Any other who's back?
Yeah, bar fights are back. There was a bar fight on my street this weekend, which is fucking sweet because it's like, yes, we haven't had any bar fights since lockdown started. That's
How?
a major watershed moment.
Outside?
What do you mean? Yeah, it was like 12 people. I got a notification on my little neighborhood app saying, saying,
what's up, Karen?
Karen, big time
Oh,
Karen.
Are you
shit.
running
Are
towards
you
the fight?
snitching
Yeah.
on people?
Yeah, so no, then
you
I
fucking Karen.
then I went outside and I walked Leroy around the corner and there was like shattered glass everywhere and there were police officers. It was like, yes, this is fucking sweet. Nature's healing.
Wow. Did you give a statement?
I did not give a
You
statement.
probably offered. You're
No.
like, oh, please,
I hung
officers,
around-
let me say something.
I hung around for a second to see if there like was going to be news cameras showing up. Then I'd be like, "No, I heard this fight. I came right downstairs, and it was like, whoa, what's going on?" All right, see you guys later.
All right, my who's back is Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson is back. So the Bulls fired Jim Boylen on Friday, which I got to give a shout out to Jim Boylen because as terrible of a coach that he is, and he is truly, truly terrible. Like never has anyone been less qualified for a job than Jim Boylen. I still will miss him because
Billy's on this podcast.
Yeah, that's true. No, Billy is more qualified to be on this podcast than Jim Boylen was to coach an NBA team.
That's a bold statement.
Thank you.
Jim Boylen, I'm going to miss him still because of his quotes about soul, his quotes about growth plates, his random timeouts, the time that he burned all his timeouts with like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the time he did hockey shifts, the time that he had the Bulls do a practice after a back-to-back, and then the team had a mutiny, and then he had a leadership committee.
What about the time card punch-ins at
The
the
time
end? That
card
was pretty
punches.
cool.
There's so many moments. I do want to just say one quote that sums up the essence of Jim Boylen. I forgot about this. I saw it retweeted on my timeline. In 2019, he must have, I don't know where he was or what was going on. Well, I guess I know what was going on, an earthquake. Jim Boylen, talking about earthquakes, said, I just think it's awesome, the power of nature to think that something can move that building that much. It's awe-inspiring to me. So that just tells you what he is. Jim Boylen, there would be an earthquake, and he would just stand underneath the building being like, watch this building topple.
That's
This is going to
cool,
be
though.
sick.
I like
and
that.
then die.
I like that. He's fascinated by nature. It's like that Insane Clown
inspiring.
Posse song about magnets.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Jim
how do
Boylen.
magnets- People don't take time to like think about nature's small miracles, but Jim
Yes.
Boylen does.
Jim Boylen. So Jim Boylen is fired. I don't know who the Bulls are going to hire, but also the Pelicans fired Alvin Gentry. So Mark Jackson is now going to be talked about. And I think I heard it correctly that he said Zion was his Rookie of the Year over the weekend, which is awesome because it's just such a shill move by a guy who's been calling Zion fat all year to then have the Pelicans fire Alvin Gentry and him being like, this Zion kid, he's good.
Listen, Mark Jackson knows how to get a job.
Right.
That's one thing, and keep a job. Usually, that's one thing that he's very, very good at.
I think Mark Jackson realizes that the longer he stays announcing, someone's going to be like, hey, we should probably be done with Mark Jackson as the announcer.
Yeah.
So he knows that it's time to get a job as a coach. I hope to God it's not with the Bulls, but I do hope to God it is with the Pelicans because I'd love to just watch that.
Well,
Him ruin Zion and everyone be like, what the fuck? And then Zion will win an NBA title the minute Mark Jackson got fired.
Right. This is how dog brains in America work. We see somebody on TV long enough talking about a sport, and we think that they are capable now of coaching that sport
I don't think anyone
at a high
thinks
level.
Mark Jackson's capable.
Oh, he started to convince people. He's going to get a job.
No,
so some
but
people
that
are
doesn't
paying
mean
attention.
that doesn't mean anyone thinks he's capable. That just means that idiots in a front office are just going with a name.
Right. That's what I'm
Which-
saying.
Yeah, but they know he's not.
But
capable.
that's what we think.
Right.
Is like we see somebody on TV enough, and they become an expert.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you forget.
No, he's
Mark
not an
Jackson assembled that Golden State Warriors team.
Yes, he
Kevin
did.
Durant would not have a ring if it weren't for Mark Jackson.
He really did. He put in the culture that ended up winning.
Yep.
Those titles. Billy, your who's back?
Lacrosse.
Okay,
Chris
after the PLL just
Yeah.
ended.
Right. But Chris Hogan just signed with the Jets, his fourth AFC East team, meaning that we're going to hear lacrosse be brought up in every Jets broadcast.
That's true.
Yeah, so
got to collect them
Cross
all.
his back.
I like that. I like that he's played for every single team in that division now. He knows all the secrets.
Billy, do you want to talk about going to jail this weekend?
I did not go to jail this
Billy
week.
got arrested
okay.
on Thursday night.
Yep.
I did not get arrested.
What was
You
your
were up.
tweet?
It was weird because you were up drunk tweeting
Nope.
until like 11:30 midnight, and then you didn't tweet for 16 hours. And your first tweet back was, if you mix pre-workout and tequila, 100% chance you go to jail.
100% chance.
I did not go to jail.
So you didn't mix pre-workout and tequila?
No, I didn't because you'd go to jail.
Oh, okay.
So that was the thought.
You just took a little
How do you
hiatus.
know?
You went
Yeah.
zero
How
dark
do you
30
know?
on Friday.
Yeah.
Just out of
It was a
coincidence.
Thursday. Can you guys give me a break? I'm mourning the loss of my frog.
Yeah, what happened? That was a very graphic thing to put on Twitter, just randomly raw dogging a dead frog in our face.
Well, R.I.P.
But why?
R.I.P. Bertha.
Maybe like a trigger warm. Oh, his name was Bertha?
Her name was
Fuck.
Bertha. Yeah.
You
Big
sure it was a
Bertha.
girl?
Yes, I'm sure it was a
How'd
girl.
you find out?
Because the female
touch?
African
You
cloud
touched,
frogs
didn't you?
are larger than the males. Anyway,
Did you touch Bertha's pussy?
no, I did not.
Did you look at it?
They don't have that.
Be honest with me. Look
No,
me in the eyes
that's
and tell
really
me you
messed
did
up.
not
This is
touch
really
Bertha's
messed up.
pussy.
This has not happened. You know what? I got arrested. I got arrested. I got arrested.
No,
That's what you're leaving.
Fake get arrested than fingering his frog.
Yeah, I got
Bertha.
arrested.
Dude, don't put dead frogs on the Twitter timeline.
It was R.I.P. There's dead fish
Better
on
or
the
worse
time.
than when he puts his dog's boner pictures up there.
No, my dog. They're funny. My dog always has a boner. It's hilarious.
he's
Yeah,
a boner
because
dog.
you keep fingering frogs in
No, I
front of him.
don't. It's so fucked up, bro. Damn it.
Why wouldn't he be horny?
How old was your frog?
It's a sucking fuck lair in Billy's
probably-
little basement.
I'm not 100% sure, but I had it for 5 years.
Okay.
5 years?
That feels like a long time to own
Longer
a
than
frog.
Skip and Stephen A. lasted.
That's true.
Yeah.
We don't
a
deserve
lot
frogs.
of frog sex.
Yeah.
Frogs,
Jesus
bro.
Christ, come on.
What?
Anyway, no, the frog sex stuff's a little far. A little far. Like, he just died. Like, she just died.
Do you think she's at peace?
Yes.
She finally is.
Frog heaven.
Yeah.
Do you feel a little bit responsible for not feeding her on Thursday night through Friday afternoon when you were in prison?
I was not in jail. It was actually.
Wait, Billy.
It would be
Billy,
hilarious.
Do you
if
have
I
a
did
do
go
you have
to
a
jail.
frog contingency plan on if you do get arrested?
Yeah.
Who takes
What-
care of your animals?
The frogs can go without food for like a couple days. Actually,
Well, clearly
that's
not.
one of the reasons
Bertha
why I
died.
don't go to prison.
Okay.
Is that I want to get home to my animals. So
Right.
it's actually
To
the only reason
Billy's farm.
the only reason I have not gone to prison is the animals. So you can thank them.
Man. All right. R.I.P. Bertha. I do feel bad. Sorry for your loss, Billy.
Thank you.
Everyone, please say sorry for Billy's loss on Twitter tomorrow.
Thank you.
And don't say that he fingered his frog.
Oh, come on.
All right, let's get to our
Actually, that's better than soy boy. That's better than soy boy.
frog.
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I don't know. We'll see.
Bestiality?
No.
Yeah.
It's got the word beast in it, though.
Yeah.
Beast.
If you're gonna say Billy practices
No,
bestiality,
please don't.
capitalize the beast.
Yeah, if it was called berserkerality, Billy would be using that thing as a fleshlight.
Just capitalize the beast. That's all we want. All right, let's get
so
to our
bad.
interviews. We got Joe Montana and then Akon right after. Before we get to Joe Montana, you know everything about your favorite team and how they're dealing with the pandemic, but do you know enough about you? Whoop is the 24/7 health and fitness tracker that changes that by monitoring critical daily metrics like sleep, recovery, and strain. We've been wearing our bands for a couple months now. It's been awesome to track our sleep and activity during quarantine. Whether you're looking to sleep better, training for an event, or just looking to lose a couple lbs, Whoop can help you make smarter lifestyle choices and help you perform at your best. Each day when you get up, Whoop gives you a recovery score based on your sleep, respiratory rate, resting heart rate, and heart rate variability. This score lets you know how to approach your day, whether you should push yourself or take it easy. The way it works is you wear the Whoop band around your wrist all day, and the band connects with an app on your phone. It automatically measures your heart rate, calories, and activity levels throughout the day, so you don't ever have to start and stop for workouts. There's also a built-in sleep coach which lets you know how much sleep you should be getting based on your expected activity level for the following day. And it also tracks your 4 sleep cycles: awake, light, REM, and slow wave sleep. Billy Football has spent the month of July competing against you award-winning listeners, but the training does not stop now. You can join the official Barstool team on Whoop to compare your stats with fellow award-winning listeners. We've got over 1,000 people on the team with code COMM, COMM, -BSTOOL, BSTOOL on the app. Whoop is offering 15% off right now with code TAKE at checkout. Go to Whoop, WHOOP.com. Enter code TAKE at checkout. Save 15% off. We're telling you right now, we've been using it. Find out what you're doing with your sleep. Find out what you're doing with your training. Get in tune with your body. Train better, sleep better with Whoop. Whoop.com, promo code TAKE. 15% off at checkout. Sleep better, recover faster, and train smarter. Optimize your performance with Whoop today. Okay, here he is, Joe Montana. Okay, we now welcome on very, very special guest. He is an NFL Hall of Famer, 4-time Super Bowl winner, undefeated in the Super Bowl. It is Joe Montana. He's here with Guinness because Guinness is proud to announce their new partnership and official beer of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish alumni and fans. Joe obviously is a very famous alum from Notre Dame. So thank you for joining us, Joe. I love Guinness, by the way. Mm-hmm. So I think you might send us some free ones, and I'm ready for that.
You know what? I think you're too late. They're already on the way, I believe.
Okay. Let's go.
So you'll be able to enjoy some more.
What common misconception about Guinness is that it's a fall and wintertime drink. It's a year-round drink. I like Guinness no matter the weather.
Sure.
Yes,
love it. I fell in love with it when we were over actually in Dublin. Look, our girls were jumping and talked us into going over there and looking at horses. And the one trainer said, "Hey, when they're done trying horses, let's go get a pint of Guinness." And I said, "Okay, sounds good to me." And then next thing you know, every day after that, I'm going, "Hey, Charlie, isn't it time? I think it's time for Guinness. We might be a little behind here."
Yes.
As a matter of fact.
No, it hits different over there.
Yeah, I fell in love with it over there, and I've been a fan ever since. And it's great being a part of this partnership with Notre Dame. And I think it's great, two great traditions getting together to do some great things.
So let's talk quickly about Notre Dame. We're going to talk about everything else, but how optimistic, pessimistic do you feel that Notre Dame's going to be playing football this year?
Well, I was just talking to one of the guys from the Chicago Tribune, and I said, "You're probably closer to that. What's happening? What do you hear?" And he said that, I guess the doctor from Duke came out and said that, hey, they can go give it a try. And I go, even if they do, what is college football going to be like without some of these conferences not playing? I mean, what are you going to do? Watch the same conference every, I don't know how they run college NCAA football without having them all run it. I don't know why the NCAA didn't make a decision as an umbrella, as opposed to letting everybody make their own decision. Because what's college football? I mean, I'm not as Notre Dame, you hate Michigan. But what do you do without the Big Ten or the Pac-12? I mean, right. Notre Dame, SC, geez.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Hopefully the ACC can figure out a way to make it happen in the fall. But from like a student-athlete perspective, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where you get in and they're going to wait until the last minute to make a decision because they're kind of running out the clock. They don't know what the science is going to look like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I have to imagine that that's going to be in the back of all these kids' heads as they're preparing, like they're learning a new playbook, they're learning these systems, but they're also still thinking like this could all just be a big waste of time.
Well, I think the one thing that you want to do if you're a player, if you're going to have a season, you want to make sure that you're still prepared. And I think the best way to do that is, stay involved with the team if the teams are allowed to be together or even on your own. So, and a lot of those guys have aspirations to make it to the NFL, right? And so if the season doesn't happen, you still have to stay in shape because the NFL will probably figure out some way to, have a few more combines to try to be able to look at guys. And, you feel bad for some of those seniors because if you take a look at Joe Burrows, right? If Joe Burrows doesn't have a senior year, he's not the first pick in the draft. So you never know who's going to be that surprise bust-out guys that, just increase their marketability to the NFL. And, who wants to miss their last season and to have it to go this way?
Yeah.
A lot of seniors are playing their last time of football. And it's sad to see, haven't been a part of that all my life. It's just sad to see that they won't have that opportunity.
Did you curse the green jerseys at Notre Dame?
I grew up with Notre Dame being blue and gold, and there was so much excitement around the green. I don't remember my initial reaction when we were told. I'm pretty sure Devine pulled the captains in and told us what was going to happen. But that was after we went to the pep rally the night before, and he kept talking about wearing green, and I'm like, man, we're wearing blue, man. Why won't we wear blue? And then it kind of filled us in, and then there was a lot of excitement in the locker room, so you kind of joined in, and you know what it is. They'll say whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
We went on to have a pretty good year, so they stuck around for a while.
But I feel like Notre Dame wearing the green jersey, the last 20 years, they haven't won a big game. The green jerseys have flipped. They went from a Mighty Ducks story where you guys warm up in one jersey, go in the locker room, put on the green jerseys, everyone's pumped, beat USC, to now whenever Notre Dame wears the green jersey, I'm sitting there like they got no shot.
I hadn't noticed that, but you're probably right. I don't know. It's I'll have to mention that to them.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't even know it's happening.
Yes.
But,
yes.
I hadn't noticed that, but I'd get rid of them then.
Yeah.
So
I think college uniforms are fun though.
Yes.
They need to have a little more fun with theirs a little bit.
do you like the metallic helmet, or are you more of a fan of the matte gold?
You know what? Seeing the metallic one up close in person they're spectacular looking. And I like the shininess of it. Yeah, I don't mind the upgrade to the gold. The mat's still nice, but why not have a bunch of options? Everybody else does.
Yeah. I was looking back at your history here. You were a teammate of Rudy's at Notre Dame?
Rudy? I don't know who that is.
Rudy Rudiger. My question was going to be, how much do the guys that actually played on that team resent Rudy for totally taking the storyline of how good that team was, and now everyone can only talk about Rudy from now on?
Well, I won't lie. He got a ration of crap every time we saw him, and he quit showing up on a couple of places because it's pretty brutal. Well, the locker room's pretty brutal anyway. But the Rudy story made a great movie, and a lot of it was embellished. And when I run into Rudy on the road here and there, we laugh about it because he knows that I tell the truth about it. And there were a lot of things that happened. Yeah, he got in. He got a sack. Was the crowd chanting? No. Well, did I throw in my jersey? No. Did he get carried off the field? He got carried off by three of the biggest pranksters in the team. And who said, had we known no one had gotten carried off, we'd have never done it. But they were always, Rudy worked hard. I won't lie. He, as a walk-on, he came in and got his butt kicked every day. And it was great to see that he got in and got a sack, and a lifetime memory for him. And it became a movie. But, it's like a lot of movies. They all get their movies.
Sure.
Every time somebody says, tell me about Rudy, I go, nah. You really want to know about Rudy? Oh, don't tell me it's not true. Don't tell me. I go, made a good movie, but there are a lot of truths, but there's a lot of things that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So.
When you sat down with Bill Walsh for the first time, did you know right away that this guy just sees the game differently, and what he's got going on is a different level of any kind of football I've played? Yeah,
by far. I mean, right away from day one in the meetings, when you're speaking to him, and you could tell he was different, but when you got him in front of the chalkboard or the whiteboard, and and he started drawing up plays and talking about progressions and blitzes and reads, and it was different than anything I'd had to that point.
Yeah.
And I knew I was in someplace special at that time, and I was just trying to stay there as long as I could.
Yeah, yeah. What, do you ever look back? Judging by era is interesting in the NFL because the game's evolved so much. Do you ever do a projection in your head of what your touchdowns and yards would look like in 2020 if you were prime Joe Montana and all the rules were slanted towards the offense?
No, because I don't want to get mad.
Yeah, that's smart.
Try not to. Yeah, no, I just we talk about how the rule change makes it easier, and I always say it does make it easier when you can stand there and know that you're not going to get smacked. Because that used to be what separated everybody back then, is who could stay in that pocket, stand there knowing there's a guy running right down the middle of you, and as soon as you release this ball, you're going to get planted in the back. Can you throw it accurately? And that was the separator for most teams, for most quarterbacks. And, they don't have to deal with that today. And does it make it easier? Yeah, somewhat. Game's still difficult, but someone at that level makes it a little bit easier.
It is crazy though to see in 1980. Let's see. Oh no, so you were throwing like 500, 400 passes a season, 400 passes a season, which really only comes out to like, I don't know, it's like 24, 25 pass attempts. Like you don't see that really in the NFL today. And you had, you had a season where you led the league in touchdowns with 31 touchdowns. Like that's probably like the 7th or 8th guy now in 2020 because of the stats being so inflated.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as a quarterback, you'd love to be playing now. The rules kind of want you to put the ball in the air. And, with the group that we had when I left, the 49ers with Jerry and John Taylor and Brent Jones and in that group, it's hard to say what could happen. John Taylor would have probably caught a lot more balls because we'd be throwing a lot more. And, I always feel bad for John because here you are playing across from a guy like Jerry Rice and you're running like double comebacks and you're going, John Taylor, shit, Jerry Rice. And you look over there and John Taylor's wide open and you talk, and John never said a word. I mean, he never complained, but I mean, he's a freak.
Yeah. I
mean, he went twice. I mean, he's one of the only 2 guys that ever go 95 yards twice in one game for touchdowns. And he just had a unique ability to make people miss. And within 2 steps, he's full speed. And I don't know, I feel bad that we didn't, target him a little bit more. I'm glad to see he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl to win. Makes him feel good. And then Jerry wins the MVP. And yeah, it would be fun to have that group today.
Yeah.
Bill felt that if we threw the ball into the 30s, we were going to lose.
Huh.
That was philosophy. Yeah.
Interesting. It's like completely reversed now.
Yeah. So Bill actually said this about you. He said there was something hypnotic about him. That look when he was dropping back, he was poetic in his movements, almost sensuous. Everything's so fluid, so much under control. Did you turn Bill Walsh on when you were playing quarterback? Would you like look at him and catch him like biting his lip and just watching film with you?
No, the one thing he demanded was footwork was like a big thing for him. And that how you drop back, how you hit that last step, whether it's stepping up into the pocket or hitting and that back foot and letting it go. He wanted it a certain way. And, I think I fit into what, he envisioned as doing the things the right way. And we worked on those fundamentals every day. I mean, I thought I was done with fundamentals long before that, but God, I was stressed every day by him. Footwork. If I hear bend your knees one more time, I have nightmares over it. You make a bad throw and the first thing he'd say, you straighten your knees. He was always the little things that made a difference in where that, how accurate you could be with the ball. And he felt it was all driven from your waist down.
Mm-hmm. Huh. What's your favorite John Candy movie?
Uncle Buck.
That's the right answer. Correct answer. I'm sure you've been asked this a million times about the famous John Candy moment in right before you lead the team on a 92-yard drive in the Super Bowl in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes left. You say to the huddle, hey, look, there's John Candy over there. And everyone looks and sees John Candy eating popcorn in the front row. So my question is going to be a little maybe different, but were you always Joe Cool? Were you always unflappable like that? Was the game kind of always slow for you, or was that something you learned through the years and were able to gain as a skill?
I think the one thing Bill taught me was like when you get into Sunday, when you're going into Sunday, I think it's like taking a test, in school. When you walk in to take a test in school, you're nervous if you haven't done your homework and prepared for that test, right? But if you go in there prepared, you might still be nervous about the test a little bit, but it's not the same. It's not that, oh my God, what am I going to get? What am I going to do? It's more about, am I going to get an A or a B? And that's kind of his preparation was for perfection. He wanted any mistakes. and especially from the quarterback side of it. And he wanted you every day to come to practice like it was a game and try to be perfect, try to complete 100% of your passes. He wanted the ball 12 inches in front of the numbers. He wanted a guy running a hook. He goes, you can see where the defender is. Throw the ball to the opposite number, tell that was a signal to that guy, the receiver, to turn that direction so he doesn't turn and get hit in the face going the other way. And so he demanded accuracy and perfection in that position. And if you go back and look, whether it was me, Steve Young, Steve DeBerg, Steve Bono, you don't see a lot of our guys diving and jumping for balls very often, on a rare occasion. But that's because he demanded that kind of, perfection of the quarterback. He goes, I want you basically to hand the ball to those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting.
And that was his approach.
It's like if you can take care of all the details and be confident in your preparation, then you're not going to have as much stuff to worry about on Sunday, and you go out there and you have fun.
And you can go see John Candy in the front row. Was that move really just to calm down your huddle?
No,
or were you actually starstruck by John Candy?
No, I had met with John a couple of times. They tried to get me to go to Canada a number of years before that. But the thing was really for Harris Barton. Harris Barton was a people person. So every night during the Super Bowl, we were free for dinner before and during the week. And Harris was like a little kid. He'd come back and try and tell you what celebrities he saw, and he was so excited. And so TV timeouts are like 8 minutes or so. I don't know how long. They were really long in the Super Bowl. And so I'd been gone to the sideline once, maybe even twice, and was just standing there. And all of a sudden, between Harris's shoulders and the tight end, John Candy was framed. And I didn't remember Harris saying anything about John Candy, and we were still waiting for the signal to start. So I went over to Harris and said, hey, H, man, look, this is John Candy. And he looked over the sideline, and he started mumbling a bunch of stuff about Super Bowl. I couldn't understand half of it. But we're trying to win and Super Bowl. John Candy, you're looking at John Candy.
Talking about John Candy.
I thought he would appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I think he appreciates it today more than he did back then. But no, I was just being myself. And, we're getting ready to run a 2-minute offense that I know, we've done a million times, and we've done it against probably the toughest time every Thursday of every week when we run it against our own defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our first defense. So I wasn't concerned about it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We only really needed a field goal anyway to tie. So
that's true. We got the touchdown.
So
yeah.
Big Cat mentioned your nickname, Joe Cool. I don't think it's fair that your name is Joe Montana, your nickname is Joe Cool, and you also have another nickname, the Comeback Kid. That's like you have three
hogged them all.
Very cool names, and it's just like, hey, man, save some for the rest of us.
Well, it was funny when they always were trying to give me nicknames, and somebody said I already had a nickname in Joe Montana. What I needed was a real name, and they sent me a name plaque from my locker, said David W. Gibson on it. So
just like a normal Joe name.
Yeah.
It's just a normal name, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, Joe Montana is – you have definitely had that moment where you're like, I obviously am a tremendous talent, had 4 Super Bowls, Hall of Famer, but that extra, 1% of allure is because of the name Joe Montana.
Well, thank you. Oh, my parents would be proud then.
Yes.
Can you imagine being a GM and you have an option of who to draft, and Joe Montana is one of the options? You're like,
right.
No, I think I'm going to pass.
Like, if you're Joe Smith, I don't know if Guinness is doing a deal with you right now.
It's true.
To be honest. 4 Super Bowls, cool, but you're not Joe Montana.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So it's interesting. There's the John Candy story, but I think the more popular celebrity sighting that you had in one of your big games is at the catch. Do you know who was there at the catch?
I don't recall.
Chris Berman. You don't remember seeing Chris Berman in the corner of the end zone?
Boomer.
Chris Berman. Look at all that hair he had.
Tom
back
Brady
then.
also
Tom
there?
Brady was there, but that's an afterthought. Mm-hmm. Boomer was there. How much more shine do you think that moment has gotten because Chris Berman brings it up 4 times a year and plays the replay of him standing right there when it does?
Well, he's a huge 49er fan and a big and a great friend of Mr. DeBartolo. So I'm sure he loves putting it up there, and just the energy he brings, I love. Still to this day, he's been around a long time, and it's been a good friend also at the same time. he's fun to listen to, and especially when the baseball went hitting the home run and
yes. That throw, were you meaning like you kind of just threw it up there, right? Like that, Dwight Clark made the play. You just were like, I hope this works.
Well, Dwight was supposed to set a pick for Freddie Solomon, and Freddie actually fell down. Until that play, we had never thrown it to Dwight. And his job really at that point is he realized what happened, and he has to get to the back of the end zone and then slide back towards the pylon in the back. And I'm supposed to throw it above his head, and if he misses it, it goes out of bounds. And when I let it go, I got knocked down. But as I let it go, the first part of it felt like I was going to be a little above his head, maybe a little jump, and I didn't imagine it was that high. And when I hit the ground and I heard the crowd roar, I figured, touchdown. That kind of was what I thought. And until I got to the sideline, and our equipment manager said to me, "Boy, your buddy saved your ass that time." I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "He jumped out of the stadium."
Yeah.
Catch that. I go, "Hey, Chico, he's white. He can't jump."
It is the catch, not the throw. I mean, it was an unbelievable catch.
I tried to get him to change it to the throw because without the throw, you wouldn't have made a catch. So, but he wasn't going for it.
That's got to be such a cool moment to get like smashed by a linebacker or lineman and not see the end of the play, but just hear the crowd roar and be like, "Yup, we did it."
Yeah, there's, unfortunately, there are a number of times where as you let the ball go, you don't see a lot of it, and you make the mistake on occasion to try to watch it, and two things usually happen. Well, one, it typically happens, somehow you get hurt. Mm-hmm. I got tired of getting whiplash in my head because I'm trying to watch, and as you're watching, the last thing to hit is your head on the turf. Or first game in Tampa when I was with the Chiefs, I threw a post pattern to J.J. Burden, and I'm trying to watch it, and I got hit, and I put my hands back, and I ended up like chipping a bone in my wrist, and then he dropped it. So I was going, "Dang, I don't mind getting hit, but catch it, please."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, it's been, but it is. It's kind of crazy. The game's fun, and hopefully something happens with it, and we can watch it, sit back, enjoy a nice pint of Guinness at the time, and
there you go.
Hopefully football will be back. But I just like we all say, this partnership between Notre Dame and Guinness is something special. A lot of tradition behind it, heading in the same direction, looking for a lot of the same goals and movement, not only in sports but around the country, and trying to make the place a better place for all of us. So
yeah, what I really miss right now? I miss going into a bar, into a pub, and ordering a Guinness and drinking it inside. Yeah. It feels like it's been years since I've done that, and I need that. I need that back. It's not fall until that happens.
No, it was nice when I was in Kansas City, our center. Tim Grunhart, another Notre Damer, he had an Irish pub, so we'd always end up down there. It's
nice.
Having a game back then.
So when you went to Kansas City, it kind of correlates a little bit to what Tom Brady is going through right now. He had a lot of success with his first team. He's synonymous with the Patriots. I think a lot of people would say you're synonymous with the 49ers. When you get to Kansas City, do you find yourself in a position where you have to kind of reestablish yourself as the man, or was there any sort of like kind of breaking in period where you were working to win over those new teammates?
I think one of the things that happens is when you go to a new team like that, the first thing they want to see your personality when you get in the locker room, and the other for acceptance is when you get on the field, they want to see what makes you different. And I was just looking at some stuff because we're filming some things here, and they had Carl Peterson talking about our first 7-on-7, and he said, "I don't think the ball hit the ground," and I'm sitting there at 7-on-7. Hopefully it never hits the ground on 7-on-7, but it's something that I guess it sounded like they hadn't seen before in a long time. And you slowly work your way into the acceptance, and the first training camp, and playing golf in the afternoon or at lunchtime with the guys, and hurry up and run over there and play like 4 or 5 holes before we had to go back to practice. But it just takes doing the things, and just for acceptance into that. But someone like Tom, he won't have a problem. His personality lends itself to easy acceptance, and obviously what he's been able to accomplish. And they got a good team down there with the defense and the numbers they put up offensively. And then you had him and that crazy man Gronk into the mix. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah. All right. So I had one last question, Joe. It is our ZipRecruiter question with the seamless experience from start to finish, just like this question. ZipRecruiter takes care of your recruiting. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/take. 4 Super Bowls, big-time college football games, a storied Hall of Fame career. Is there one game or one moment that you find yourself daydreaming about or dreaming about that you go back into, and it just kind of it's that one memory that's seared into your brain that you always go back to?
I think it was playing. I want to say it was the 88 season. I can never remember the year. Too many hits in the head, I think. But we were playing Philadelphia when Buddy Ryan was there, and we were going into the game, and everybody was saying how we're not big enough and we're a finesse team. We can't handle the pressure and the power and the physical part of the game that they bring, the Eagles brought to us at that time. And, the first play, I think it was the first series, we get a blitz and I hit Jerry for about 60, maybe 70 yards for a touchdown. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is going to be easier than I thought. And then from that point on, I never picked myself up off the ground more times through a game in my life. And we got behind, and then we were fortunate we scored a bunch of touchdowns in the fourth quarter and they come back to beat them back there. And that's one that always sticks in with you. And mainly because we were ahead, and we was 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 3, and we sent the back out a little read route and tried to get the first down, and the game would have been over. And instead of the back sitting there wide open, and instead of throwing the ball back, you see our head coach, his head go. I let it go. I let it fly down the field to Jerry and for a touchdown. And we got off the sideline. He said, "Well, you're lucky you completed that pass."
That's interesting, though, that it's a game that's not, one of the Super Bowl wins or one of the big Notre Dame wins. That's interesting.
But
that's the one.
You know that there are some Philly fans out there that still remember that to this day.
Yes.
And they hate Joe Montana, and they will never allow your name to be uttered in their house because of that regular season game.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Joe, this has been so much fun. We thank you. We're excited for our Guinness to get here.
Yes.
And you're welcome back anytime.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Always fun to listen to you.
Before we get to Akon, a quick word from our friends at Muggsy Jeans. I am exclusively wearing Muggsy Jeans, by the way. I have made the transition. I have only Muggsy Jeans. I have 10 different pair because Muggsy Jeans are the best, most comfortable jeans in the world. Muggsy was started by a stoolie who was tired of being uncomfortable in his jeans. His goal was simple: reinvent men's jeans to look good and feel outrageously comfortable. After 5 years of working with industry experts, he perfected jeans for the common man. The magic is in Muggsy's proprietary denim, which is made from a bunch of high-tech materials that make these jeans mind-blowingly soft and flexible. Even better, Muggsy's come in a stylish fit that's not too baggy but not too tight, so you somehow look even better than you feel. Want to look good indoors for yourself or your partner? Want to look for your good for your boss on that important Zoom call you have later? Well, then you need to choose Muggsy. Muggsy has ultra-stretch chinos as well now, perfect for your golf game. Muggsy Jeans are sweeping the Stoolie Nation for good reason. Take our word for it. Give Muggsy Jeans a try, and you won't be able to wear any other jeans again. Muggsy is so confident you'll love their jeans. They do free shipping and returns, so your comfort is 100% guaranteed. I wear them every single day. They're super comfortable. They look good. They are Muggsy. Go to Muggsy.com. That's MUGSY.com. Check out Muggsy's full lineup of jeans and safe-for-work chinos, including new sizes and styles. Use code PMT for $10 off. That's a beer on us and a pair of the most comfortable men's jeans ever made by heading to Muggsy.com. Use code PMT. Tell them Big Cat sent you. I love these jeans. I'm giving you my satisfaction guaranteed. Muggsy.com. Use code PMT at checkout. Okay, here he is, Akon. Okay, we now welcome on a legend of the game. He has a new mixtape coming out, Ain't No Peace. It is Akon. Akon, it's great to have you on, man. You are a legend of the game. We were actually listening to some of your songs to get us hyped for this interview, and yeah, they're awesome. That's kind of my first question. They're fucking awesome, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, brother.
So how you doing? When's the new mixtape? When's it coming out? Can you tell people what they should be expecting?
Yeah, so Ain't No Peace actually just released. It's actually on all your all your digital platforms as we speak right now. It dropped last Friday. This EP is called Ain't No Peace specifically because of all the social things that's been going on in the last during quarantine and certainly before, with all the police brutality and all the stuff that's going on within the urban neighborhoods, and, the miscommunication between civilians and police officers and things of this nature. So I kind of wanted to address some of that musically, not from a political side or hostile side, but just from a person and a people side, so people can really understand this kind of reaction and how life is really can be taken in a small little turn on one little incident. So I kind of wanted to create it more from a unity standpoint to give every audience an idea and understand the characteristics between both sides to be able to hear it, but through music.
I like it. Yeah. No, I think that's a good cause to be working towards. Can you help me understand? Because just talk to me like I'm a 4-year-old, like I'm an idiot. But I've always wondered what the difference is between an EP, a mixtape, an album, and a record is.
Right. So a record and an album and an LP is all the same.
Okay.
Right? So that's just like a body of work. An EP is like a mini version of an album. It's like one song short from an official album. An official album is 8 songs or more.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And anything less than that is an EP. So it's just like a small body of work, right? A mixtape is a combination of both. The only difference is a mixtape is more made for the culture. So when you make a mixtape, you're not really doing it for profit. You're either doing it to showcase your talent or you're doing it to spread a specific type of message.
Got it.
And that's on every platform outside of DSPs, mixtape sites, blog sites. It could be anywhere and everything, but you don't really care to monetize it because it's really more so something that just you put out for the people and for your fans.
I got it. Mixtape is like for fun. I got it.
All right. So another question, like a 5-year-old, how sick is it to go platinum?
Oh, dude. I think, especially when you don't expect to go platinum, that's when it becomes sick. Right?
So did you not expect to go platinum because you've gone platinum 3 times, right?
Right. But what's funny though? Every record that I ever put out, like my first album, 1, 2, and 3 all went diamond, right? And diamond is 10 million records sold. When you go diamond, when you do 10 million or more, you go diamond. Then you got gold, which is 500,000, and platinum, which is 1 million. But anything, so ultimately, when I first started putting records out, I was never an accolade type person. I really didn't care if I sold. I just wanted to be popular, and I wanted everybody to know my songs and sing along, right? And I didn't even know that there were a chart or even anything. So when they told me I went platinum, I just assumed at that time, oh, wow, so I'm known all over America. I didn't think that platinum was 1 million records sold. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then when I went diamond, I was like, oh, shit, so that means I'm known all over the globe.
Yeah.
But then later, that means that's 10 million records sold. But with the way I calculate, like the way I looked at it and the way it was actually presented, it pretty meant the same thing. Because normally when you go platinum, that means everyone in America pretty much is hip to what you got going on. And by the time you go diamond, that means everybody in the globe pretty much knows your song or heard of you. You know what I mean?
And I read that you are also the ringtone king. So there are more ringtones featuring Akon songs than any other artist out there. What is there an award for that? Do you go like cellular? Do you go 5G? At what level do you establish yourself as a ringtone king?
And that's a great question because I was getting plaques from Verizon and Sprint on congratulations, 1 million ringtones sold, 10 million ringtones sold. Then I got this big old plaque with 1 billion ringtones sold. And I was like, wow. But at the time, my only focus was honestly selling ringtones because I realized that I did the numbers. An average song, you was paying $1.99 for the single on iTunes. You remember those days?
Yep.
And then the ringtone was only 15 seconds of the song, but it was $4.99.
Whoa.
So I did the numbers. I was like, well, hold up. If $1.99 gives you a full song and $4.99 give you 15 seconds of the song, that shifted my whole business model. I went straight for the ringtones, and every song I made, I made sure I did all ringtones for it, and I made sure that it was based around every time somebody called you, that song would come on. It did 3 things. First, it made me more money. Number 2, it promoted the song, because every time you hear it, it's like, who's that? Or I got to go pick up that, or I need to go listen to that. So it always reminded people that I existed, you know. So, and then the third reason was nobody really was thinking like that, you know, at that time. So it became something that actually became a huge benefit. I ended up being on the Guinness Book of World Records for most ringtone stolen in the world. And the good thing that I never gave up my digital rights, I was able to really make more money just from selling ringtones that my label made from selling my albums.
That's crazy. So was there ever a song that you wrote, like, and you're like, you know what, this song's going to sound great in the club or the bar, but it's really going to sound great in someone's Nokia? Like, were you like, we got to make sure, we got to fix this so it really pops on the phones?
Right. So now the funny part about it, my first album, when I made those records, I didn't anticipate ringtones, because at that time, ringtones didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time, but what ended up happening on my first album, the biggest ringtone record that was sold was Mr. Lonely.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, but then by the time the second album came, I knew that ringtones would be huge. Yeah. You know what I mean? So so the songs that I made on that album specifically was made for, if the phone ring, what would actually sound cool. And one of them was Smack That, and the other one was I Want to Love You.
Mm-hmm.
So have you written a song that is like specifically geared towards, like, this song is about being called on the phone?
Ooh.
Yes, I actually did that, and I was supposed to do a deal with Samsung for that specific song on all their handhelds, and then that's when the merge happened at Universal, and everything kind of shifted a whole another way, and I couldn't quite make the deal because Universal at the time owned my masters, so I kind of lost that opportunity. But I was already thinking that. Yeah,
you mentioned Smack That. Do you ever think that at somewhere in the world at any given time, 2 strangers are grinding for the first time to Smack That?
Mm-hmm. Happening.
Right now.
Right this second.
Right this second.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're making people fall in love right now on the dance floor.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's true. It's happening right now. So another part of your career that is underrated is that your eye for talent is exceptional. You signed Lady Gaga and T-Pain before they kind of blew up. What was it, or what is it that you see in people, or what's that defining factor that you're like, okay, this person, they have it, I have to be working with them?
Man, I think the it factor you can never describe. Is just you just don't know until you see it, and you be like, oh shit, that's it. Like, that's it. You like, it's so hard. It's almost like an instinct. Like, you riding down the street and something tells you to make a left turn, but then you don't follow your instinct. You make a right turn, and then something bad happens, and you're like, damn, I knew I should have made that left when my instincts told me. That's how it is when finding a superstar. Your instinct just tells you, oh shit, that's a star right there. You just know. I don't know how to explain it. I just know.
So you felt it when you first saw Lady Gaga? You're like, okay, that's it. Like, she's going to be incredible.
Oh, 100%. I felt from the moment I met her, but then she confirmed it when she went in the booth to demo the song out. That's when I was like, oh yes, this chick is a star.
Is there somebody that you've met that you've been like, I don't know, and you kind of passed on them, and then you saw a couple years later they blew up, and you're like, shit, my eye wasn't right that day?
Yep. And every day I'd be like, damn, how did I miss that one? But it was Drake.
Oh,
really? Well, no, I'm with you. I agree with you.
Wait. So what was your first introduction to Drake? You like heard him, you saw him, and you're like, nope, not gonna have it.
No. Actually, this was before, years before I even met Drake. I had an artist named Cardinal Official, and he was also from Canada. And Cardi brought me a mixtape that he did before the I think the record he had was The Best I Ever Had. Yeah. So he played me the mixtape, but at the time he didn't sound obviously anything like he sounds today, because he sounded more like a Eminem type of rapper at that time. You know what I mean? And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, he's a dope rapper, but there's someone out there that kind of, the style was super similar and was very, like, it just wasn't original enough for me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, looking back on it, that probably cost you tens of millions of dollars. That sucks.
No, I mean, you're not going to catch them all. And, you know, you really can't, you could say, predict someone's growth, because everyone grows differently. And boy, that boy grow. Because I mean, even I think there was a moment where Sylvia Rome thought that Trey Songz was going to be bigger than Drake. You know, no one's anticipated Drake's growing the way he grew. Like right now, he's probably one of my favorite rappers if I had to pick one.
Yeah, that's wild that that is like your coaching tree almost. Is that you've got Lady Gaga and all those people that have kind of like followed you along. What type of mentorship do you provide to them to like help them reach that star status?
Well, it's more so just kind of polishing and like injecting the confidence in what they already have, because you really can't. Like I always disagree when people say, well, they can make people or I made you, or because of me, you wouldn't be who you are. I always believe that people have natural talents and you just got to help them discover that talent within themselves, because once they get that confident, then they can, they'll show you parts of them that you never even saw was even there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what's kind of hinders artists from getting to that place, is that lack of fearlessness and that lack of confidence. I think the moment they acquire those two parts, the sky's the limit as to how far they can go.
Can we talk real quick about your city that you're building? You're building a futuristic city in Africa that has its own cryptocurrency called Akoin. Now, did you do this whole thing because Akoin is just like the perfect name for a cryptocurrency? You're like, I got to build a cryptocurrency, might as well build the city around that.
Well, it was actually, it's almost in that order. Almost in that order. So I got involved in cryptocurrency back in 2013 or 14 when I met Brock Pierce. At the time, he was one of the biggest Bitcoin holders, and he's very influential in the Bitcoin world, considered to be one of the founders of, a group of other founders, but he's like super impactful in that space. And a guy named Ken Rakowski, actually introduced me to him. So he kind of schooled me to what it was, how it was moving. And at that time, I saw how digital payments were growing really fast, because they were already doing it in Africa, but they hadn't reached it in America yet to that level. So I had kind of already understood the concept. But then when he walked me through the process of how Bitcoin worked, the back end, and then, gave me the idea of what all blockchain meant and how it actually, was impactful to the platform itself, that's when I was like, oh, this is the solution for Africa. So I said, I got to create my own African coin. So I called it the Akoin for African coin. Mm-hmm. It just so happened.
Happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Akoin. Yeah. So I was like, this was meant for me. This is perfect. You know what I mean? It all kind of rolled together. But then if you have a coin, and mine is a utilization coin. So I have to have something you can utilize it towards, right? You can't have a coin and you can't spend it, or you can't use it towards anything of value. So my whole idea is I want to tokenize not only the entrepreneurs all throughout Africa and the resources that Africa already has to give, but something on their everyday life. Because we started to realize that you can go to certain parts of villages and people were using their cell phone minutes as currency. Like they would go in and buy some fish and then transfer like maybe 10 minutes of cell phone minutes for the purchase of that. That's how crazy and how you could say how unconfident they were of the local dollar. So that's when I said, okay, we need to create not only the Akoin, but we want to create what we now call the atomic swap, where you can actually take your cell phone minutes and you can actually convert those to actually Akoins and spill real currency. And when you travel outside of Africa, those Akoins will have and hold the same value.
The atomic swap is just a badass name.
That's
for
very
anything.
Cool. So wait, so how's
you like that?
Yes, that's awesome.
I really like it.
How's the city going? Where are you at in terms of the building of the city?
So city it took about 5 years to materialize to where we are today. It's an $8 billion project. But then we brought it down to a $6 billion project. Just last month, we were able to secure the $6 billion for the city. So now we have everything in order, including the master plan of the city. And come January of 2021, we start construction. So first phase, which will be in 3 phases, a 10-year project. First phase is the first 3 years. You'll be able to, after the first phase of the first building project, you'll be able to fly into the city, have fun, work, and play by 2024.
What a plan. Well, you talk about dreaming big. I mean, $8 billion is more than $6 billion.
But you could also pay for it with Akoin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you are building an entire city. What goes along with that for you? Like, do you become king of that city, or when you fly in, like, what type of rights do you get there?
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do is make it a free zone where it's a tax-free zone, and also I'm trying to set it up to where when you come into Akon City, you also come in, you can actually apply for your own passport to the city. So it becomes a city independent of the city that it's actually sitting in. And we want to do it all throughout Africa and eventually one day take it outside of outside of Africa into America and also into certain places like India, China, and places in Latin America. But to answer your question, I would be considered pretty much the king of the city because I will be owning it.
So you said that you want people to fly in, have fun. What does that look like? What is your vision for the city?
Oh man, the city is crazy. Like, we have a tech district where you got all the major techs that will be based in there. We're working out now partnerships now. You know, we want the world to be able to come and be able to visit the Amazon or the Googles or the Apples of the world or the Alibabas of the world, places like that where it's all tech hubs and stuff like that. Then we have the entertainment side of it where we're going to have recording studios for music, film studios for film development and things of that nature. And then, of course, we got mad sound stages for concerts, stadiums for ball games, whether it's soccer or football or wherever, things like that, and also major concerts as well. And then we have the theme park section where it's all family and friendly. So it's like a small mini Disney World that's connected to that. So when all the tourists come, they can bring their children, keep them busy. You know what I'm saying? Then we also have the business district where it's just all Fortune 500 companies, you know, major Fortune 5 companies that's looking for bases within Africa. They can actually set their home base for all of Africa right there in Akon City and be, you know, pretty much open and have access to everything that actually, you know, that's wrapped around it. So it's pretty much a 360 concept idea. We'll also have hospitals in there, our own police department, our own fire department, and a real infrastructure that actually goes through the whole process. And we're also about to kill everybody because we're trying to get the Hyperloop, which is a train system that gets you from A to Z within seconds. Like I don't know if you guys read up on the Hyperloop, but it's one of them things that'll get you from like 1 point to about 5 miles in like 2-3 seconds, literally.
Holy
like
shit!
That.
Wait,
Yeah,
so is that the Elon Musk one?
Yeah.
Like, have you been working with Elon?
Elon actually, I think I don't want to go too far with this information because some of it is qualified. I mean, you can what they call
Confidential.
It. Right? But and some of it might be true, might not be true. But there's been some real conversations as to what's the name now managing the project and bought it from Elon. What's the name? The one that owns Virgin.
Richard Branson.
Yeah.
So now it's a Richard Branson concept and idea. I think Elon is still attached to it somehow. But you know, I know my people when they were talking amongst those two people there.
Damn. So this project sounds like something I would come up with if I was like really high in a room with my friends, and then the next morning I'd wake up the next day and be like, that was a cool conversation, but I'm never going to take any steps towards doing it.
Right.
Because it's actually like an insane amount of work to do. Have you thought about just like stopping it? I bet that would be a rush if you were just like, nah, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to give up. Like, it seems like there are a lot of points along the way that you could give up on this.
Yeah. The thing is, like, to me, it was more about the adventure, right? And it never started to become a project of this magnitude. It started off as, you know, buying the land and started building real estate on it and things like this. Then as this time went on, ideas started to splurge. You know, we started to expand even wider, started to figure out how we could scale it out and how we could make it bigger. And in time, it just became this big. But I think it's all about collaboration. You know, I treat my business ventures just the same way I treat music. You know, you know, if you don't really have or know anything in that space, you hire professionals in that space and just pay them what they're worth, and you're gonna get your full value out of it. And before you know it, they bring in other professionals that adds to it, and you have a full team naturally just working for you, and then it becomes your vision that they're helping you execute.
Damn. And so I'm assuming that you're going to be able to purchase Akon ringtones with Akoin. That way you get the transaction fee as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, your ringtones, ringback tones, all of it.
That's also,
I'm
and
looking at pictures. You already got a Gucci store in there. I'm looking at pictures of your city. That's pretty sick.
But we're gonna have all the major top brands. They're all gonna be within the shopping district. So when you go there, you won't miss a beat. But the difference is you're gonna discover stuff over there and designs over there that you would never see anywhere else in the world. Because I mean, one of the most amazing, craziest, out of the space and out of this world type designers are all African, man. And stop the stuff that they come up with mentally, it's just out of. And then when you team them up with, real design, designers and top notch, like brands with those type of designs that's only exclusive to Akon City, I guarantee you, bro, you're gonna go out there coming back looking crazy.
Are you gonna have a sports team?
Oh yeah, we plan to do that too. Because I don't know if you know that NBA Africa has now been active. So I've been a part of that in the beginning of the stages. So we all plan to also have a team that I'm working on and speaking to NBA Africa about for Akon City to have his own team as well.
Do you know what the team name's going to be?
I haven't figured that out yet, but it's going to be related to convicts somehow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, god damn, what a cool idea. I don't think that people necessarily know that, but when they think about the dude that sings "Don't Matter," he's also the guy that brought electricity to 14 countries in Africa. So you've actually executed on some of this before. Is it at 14 now?
Yeah, we're at 16 countries all throughout Africa. We have pilots everywhere there. And the whole idea for that, as you know, was to electrify the rural areas and, the villages and places where people didn't have access to electricity. And it ended up becoming a for-profit business now where we're actually a full utilizational tool for energy there. So we have a full energy company now. So it's like, and we were so successful in Africa that we created our company here in America, and here we're doing it on a utility scale as well, where we're in Texas and also in Arizona doing about 3 gigawatts of electricity that we're doing through solar to provide electricity. And now we're working on a full known project now where we're decommissioning all the coal plants and turning them into solar and renewable sources of energy.
Damn. So let's just say flash forward like 60, 70 years, like maybe it's 2090 or something like that. What does Akon want to be known by when your life's over, when people are remembering your career and your life? Do you want to be known as a musician, as an entrepreneur, as
ringtone king?
Yeah, all these people that'll be walking around that were probably conceived to your songs. What do you want them to think about when they hear the name Akon?
Well, I think it's going to be all of the above, but in the end of it, I just want them to say, wow, this dude made a huge impact. Like, he really made an impact. And then when they say, well, how did he make an impact? There's endless of things that they can mention to say, this is how he did it.
Wow. So I had another music question. I've always been curious about how the collaboration works, whether it be you collaborating on someone else's album or they collaborating on your album. How does that work? Do you always have that in mind? Like, all right, I want to work with X, Y, and Z. I have to then do something for them, or how does that all kind of play out?
Well, it's interesting because it's really a mixture of all of the above again. In the beginning, when I first started, my collaboration was very tactical. I had to think about everything. So I was very strategic as to how and who I collaborated with in the beginning, because ultimately I did it to gain a fan base. So I would look at all my BDSs and see where I was getting airplay and where I was super popular. In areas where I wasn't as popular, then I would collaborate with the most popular artists in that area to be introduced by that market. So that's how I was able to grow as fast as I did. And then once you get there, you start to create all these friends that you collaborate with in the past, and it becomes something that's fun for you guys to just do it. And then on a business level, of course, when you don't know people as well as you do, you charge them whatever your fee is, and then he charges you whatever his fee is. At that moment, we wanted to charge each other because it wasn't coming from our pocket. The label was paying for it, so we would make money for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, direct to consumer, and everything is so independently done. It's like if we come out of pocket, it's literally coming out of our pocket. So now we do what you call a basic swap. I do a song for you, you do a song for me, and then we split the royalties or publishing or wherever down the middle.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so
interesting.
In today's, in the age of digital music, I've always heard that the artists are getting the short end of the stick more and more on this. I'm sure that this is something that you've thought about, is like how does the music industry self-correct so that all the money isn't going either to a big corporation that is the platform for it or the record labels, especially now since you can't tour. Like, how have you kind of seen the future of the music industry taking shape in a way that could benefit the artist?
Well, the only way it benefits the artist is if the artist is independent. But that's only if the artist is already an A-list artist, already has a name or audience for themselves. Then the independent route is the best way to go. Somebody like me, definitely independent, 1,000%. If it's an artist that's unknown and needs to build that base, then attaching themselves to a label or some kind of organization or brand is the best way for them to go. So you almost have to sacrifice yourself to become valuable enough to do it yourself. But if you start with someone from the beginning, I think it's only right to allow them to attach and somehow participate in future earnings, because they did contribute to helping you get to where you are. But I guess that depends on the person's morale or that person's, integrity to an extent. But if they're just a shrewd businessman, they will probably utilize a label or someone as a stepping stone to get to that point, then completely branch off to do their own thing.
So I had one last question. This has been awesome, and everyone should listen to Akon's new mixtape, which is out now. Make sure you do that. So my last question, it's called Ain't No Peace, by the way. So my last question, it's the ZipRecruiter question. with a seamless experience from start to finish, just like this question. ZipRecruiter takes care of your recruiting. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/take. This is kind of a dumb question. It's the ZipRecruiter question, but it's a dumb question. You were the first solo artist to hold both the number 1 and 2 spots simultaneously on the Billboard Hot 100. Was there ever a moment that you got sick of hearing your own song just constantly played? When you were like, when it was really hot and it was everywhere you went, it was Akon, Akon, Akon. Was there ever a moment like, let's listen to something else?
Well, to be honest, I was tired of hearing my voice.
Yeah. You were everywhere. Everywhere.
It wasn't a station I would turn to, because sometimes I would try to turn to even an AM station to just escape. And even the stations, they would do talk breaks, and then they may have one song that may play within 4 or 5 hours, and it happens to be one of my songs. And I'm like, hey, right. So, I was everywhere. That's why it had gotten to the point where I just stopped listening to music altogether, because I would have to hear it everywhere I went, whether I was in a restaurant or a bowling alley or, and then on top of being everywhere to hear myself everywhere, I would have constant tours and shows where I had to also sing it too.
Yes.
Believe me when I tell you. And then every phone that I was next to, if they had a ringtone, most likely it was one of my songs. So, dude, can you imagine hearing my high-pitched ass voice everywhere I go? So when I took that break and went back to Africa, it was like, it was perfect, so it kind of allowed me to kind of reset a little bit. But yeah, to answer your question, I did get tired of hearing myself.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's funny.
When they were number 1 and 2 simultaneously, were you rooting for one song over the other to be number 1?
Dude, I didn't even know what that meant at the time. I just thought, okay, Smack That went number 1. And oh shit, guess what? I Want to Love You also went number 1. I didn't even know they was fighting to get, flop swaps. Like, I had no idea what was going on until they came and they said, yo, do you know what just happened? I was like, no. He said, dude, you was number 1, both your songs, number 1 and number 2 at the same time. And then they swapped places. Then the other number 2 was number 1 and number 1 was number 2. I was like, oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, thinking about it today, no accomplishment.
Yeah. It's incredible. Well, Akon, this has been awesome, man. We really appreciate it. Everyone, like I said, go listen to Akon's new mixtape, Ain't No Peace. And we're excited for the city. I want to go to the city.
Yes.
When it's ready to go, I want to go to the city.
No, let's listen. I can't wait to host you guys, man. I'm going to be super excited, bro.
Can you gamble on sports there?
Man, we got everything set up all the way. And no, this was even crazy. And a lot of people don't even know, but we're going to have in Akon City one of the biggest surfing conventions in the city. So if you guys are into surfing, and a lot of people don't know that Senegal right now in all of Africa is one of the biggest surfing destinations in the world.
Okay.
Like in the world.
Okay.
Above everywhere.
I'm not into surfing, but I'll get into surfing to go visit your city.
You on a surfboard, bro. You got me and you on a. Bro, I'm serious with that surfing. People don't know that.
Okay.
God damn.
Nice.
This sounds awesome. You've thought of everything. All right.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
Are you going to run for president?
If I do run, it's probably going to be either 2025 or 2029.
Well, neither of those are election years, so you'll probably win.
Or in 2028.
There you go.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool to just run for president in years when there's not an election.
Yeah.
Just do your own thing.
Can't lose. Dude, have you ever had an idea and been like, no, that's too crazy. That's too wild. I'm not going to do that.
Nah, you know what? I've never. No, you know what? I did one time, and that was to skydive. I said, oh, shit, I'm going to do it. Then I got on the plane, went 30,000 feet in the sky, or was it 10,000?
10.
Yeah, it was 10,000 feet in the sky, and I said, no, I'm not going to do it. But then I got all the way up there and felt like a pussy. I said, no, I came this far, I got to go do it. And then I finally did it. And then now, no matter where I go in the world, I always got to find, if they got skydiving, I always pop off the plane.
What? So now you're skydiving too?
It's amazing.
I've done it once, but that's the only time I ever need to do it. I'm never doing it again.
Dude, it depends on where you do it. And if you do it in an area where it's cold, the experience is different. But when you do it in an area like Dubai or the Middle East, Africa, someplace where it's naturally hot, it's I don't know what it is. I think because the heat, it allows you to float slower because somehow the heat kind of keeps you to where you can kind of manage.
It's rising up,
air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's heat, but it's a different experience, bro. It's like you're floating.
Damn.
Shit.
Well, I love all your ideas, Akon. You're like, Elon Musk is looking up to outer space. He's like, I'm going to go explore that planet. I'm going to go land on this asteroid and try to fuck it. You're like, I'm focused on Earth. There's so much stuff that I can do down here. And
Right.
It sounds like you've been very successful. So I wish you the best. I can't wait to visit Akon City and spend like $1,000 worth of Akoin every minute. So I'm a sucker. I'm the person that you want to go visit Akon City.
Yes.
Don't worry, you're going to get VIP passes, baby.
Love it. All right, well, thank you so much, Akon. We really appreciate it, man.
Nah, you got it, man. Thank you so much, bro.
That interview with Akon was brought to you by Norton 360 with LifeLock. In these challenging times, it's amazing that we can stay so connected, and you've probably been relying on your Wi-Fi connections more than usual. So between working from home, shopping online, or binge watching your favorite show on your devices, your private info is more exposed than ever. And cybercriminals keep finding new ways to take it. Every time you bank, every time you shop, every time you browse online, you can be vulnerable to cybercriminals. There are more threats than ever, so Norton LifeLock is giving you more protection than ever. Norton 360 with LifeLock provides all-in-one protection with device security, identity theft protection, a VPN for online privacy, and much more. And if you have an identity theft problem, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all cybercrime or identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but Norton 360 with LifeLock is a powerful ally for your cyber safety. So sign up today, get 25% off or more your first year. Go to norton.com/PMT. That's norton.com/PMT. Check them out. They're going to protect you. norton.com/PMT, and you're going to get 25% off.
All right, let's finish up with a couple segments in Billy's list. By the way, Hank, that was dirty what you just did. Hank just texted me. I texted the group. If the Lakers advance past the first round, they plan to wear black Mamba jerseys to honor Kobe Bryant in the following rounds.
Respect.
So that means that after I just went on that rant about how the Blazers have no chance, the Blazers will absolutely win. And then they'll never wear the jerseys.
Well, yeah.
And Laker Dan will strike again.
That sounds... Yeah.
I just said it'd be a shame, which it would be.
Blazers in 5.
Oh, my God.
I've revised my prediction.
Oh, Blazers in 5.
Yeah,
there we go.
Keep talking. I'll drop it to 4.
Oh.
Fucking crazy.
You won't do it.
Blazers in 5 still.
Okay. We have Talking Soccer. Messi
got his shit pushed in.
He's the only guy on the field. He can't. What's it, Giselle?
He
can't throw and catch.
He cannot kick and throw the
score.
ball in.
We can. He
at
can
the same
kick
time.
And score, yeah, but he can't stop. He can't play defense and offense at the same time.
He can't stop 8 goals from Bayern Munich.
Whatever. Guess what? You know who wasn't playing on Friday? Ronaldo.
That's true.
He was already out.
Because he's out.
Yeah.
But Messi now wants to transfer. He wants to leave, even though he's got another year.
Let's get some with some winners.
Why doesn't Messi go to MLS? It's about that time.
Orlando needs a guy.
There you go. He's like 33, 34
No, he's not
right now?
about that time. He would fucking wreck the MLS.
They should just give Messi an MLS team.
Yes.
Be like, hey, bring whoever you want.
They
10
make
other
them out of
players.
thin air.
Yes.
Yeah. Here, Messi. You get the Youngstown Penguins. There we go.
Boom, done. And you don't have to worry about the tax evasion charges that everybody gets in soccer every single year.
No, they should give him a team in Delaware.
Boom. Tax haven, Messi. You get the Delaware fighting Dells.
Yeah, the Delawares.
The Delawares.
Yeah.
Deladovas.
There you go.
Nice.
I like that. Yeah, Messi. I hope he does eventually come to the MLS. I'm sure that he will in like 7 years once he's totally washed up.
Yeah.
But they're saying he might go to Man City or Man U, and that was talking soccer.
That would be cool. I'm down for it. I need my guy. I need my GOAT to be with some winners, not losers.
If you don't think Messi's the GOAT, then you're a fucking idiot.
Yes.
Fucking idiot.
Stupid.
I also have a Mike Greenberg's Dumb Rules. This just came across.
Yep.
So this is per John Heyman. He said, new MLB COVID rule, players who test positive can apply to return to play in 10 days, even if they continue to test positive, but still need MLB joint committee and they're very likely to be allowed back after 14 days, even with continuing positives. Reasoning, contagiousness dissipates. So baseball, I guess, is like 20 steps ahead of the rest of the world when it comes to this. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to give baseball a little bit of credit on this one. Yeah. Because for once, they're doing something that doesn't involve just like slapping an extra DH on there and calling that how they're addressing the crisis.
Okay.
So verbal meme,
Good job.
The tank of water is everything going to shit, and then the tape that's going, the Flex Seal that's going over it is more DHs.
Rob Manfred's brain.
Yeah.
He's got a lab coat on, and he's figured out this COVID thing.
He just fucking loves DHs.
Yeah. UFC, by the way, we should at least talk about it. The eye poke fight.
Fellas.
Holy shit. And now, everyone obviously saw Stipe's eye poke with Cormier, but Cormier had poked him in the eye earlier in the fight.
Right.
So it was a little like, hey, even all fair in love and war, we can just poke the fuck out of each other. But that thing was knucks deep.
Dude,
2 to
Stipe,
3 knuckles deep.
He found the G spot in Daniel Cormier's brain. That was a nasty look. And then even after the fight, Cormier was like, yeah, I still can't see on my left eye.
Yeah. Ever again. That looked like that was like Billy and his frogs.
Yeah.
That's how hard he went in there.
He got really deep in there.
Yes.
I think he left a ring behind.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully Daniel Cormier doesn't die like Bertha.
Would you rather get poked in the eye, be a frog who got fingered by Billy,
No.
or have somebody stomp on your foot in an MMA fight?
Ooh. I would say stomped on the foot.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Poke the eye. You're just never right again.
The nice part about getting fingered by Billy if you're a frog is at least you die afterwards, so you don't
Yes.
have to think about it too much.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm officially unemployable.
That happened a long time ago, my friend. All right, last up, let's do Billy's list.
Oh, yeah. Take a look at the old packet here, Billy.
Let's see the packets.
A-Rod clear-cut favorite to buy the Mets from the Alex Jones Times.
Let's see. None of these are really...
Billy, did you put anything about the fire tornado on here?
Oh, fire tornado was wild.
That is the
That was such
murder
a
hornet
great-
of weather.
Hey, dude, like 2020 is not bad enough.
Put that, check that on your bingo cards.
Yeah, 2020.
Is there anything about stool streams on there,
That's
Billy?
another one that's getting the cheap. Like the Cormier Stipe eye poke. Stipe 2020, Daniel Cormier, all of us. Those are free. That's free cloud online, folks.
It's
going to
be
point
so
out
sweet,
the fact
though.
that 2020 sucks.
It's going to be so sweet on January 1st when everything starts to kick ass again.
Yeah, all right, here's a good one. Let's finish with this. How strong are gorillas?
Pretty
General,
strong.
gorillas are 4 to 9 times stronger than the average male human being. According to the Guinness Book of Records, a silverback gorilla can lift up to 1,800 pounds of dead weight. In comparison, a well-trained human being can lift a maximum of 410 kilograms, 900 pounds. This is a very rough calculation. There are many variables to consider, but it gives us a good general picture.
How do we know that?
Think
are
about-
there gyms in nature in the wild? That'd be cool.
1,800 pounds
No,
dead
but
weight?
think about this. A gorilla's never trained in bodybuilding.
That's
and
true.
Powerlifting. So
We've never got him on a cycle.
So think about how much they could lift if they trained.
Yeah, it's
Right.
fucked up that whenever we get an awesome gorilla in captivity, we just teach it sign language and give it a cat that's going to die eventually.
Right.
Instead of just putting it in a gym and being like, yo, get
Here,
some
bench
gains.
press, dude. Yeah.
Spot me.
All right, that's a good way to end the show, Billy.
Thank you.
You have. We'll see everyone Wednesday. Who are we going to run on Wednesday?
We got a lot of stuff to
Yeah,
choose
we got a
from here.
lot of. We got
We'll
a lot of people.
We'll have to have a sidebar. About
Yes, we'll have a lot of people, but yes,
Maybe
we will-
someone from the list.
Maybe someone from which list?
Oh, yeah, maybe
Ooh.
someone from the list.
But actually, never mind, probably.
But
The
never mind,
list?
probably. Hank,
What list?
Can
Don't
the-
worry about it.
The
Don't worry about
Vanny Woodhead is still
Oh
for sale.
yeah, the list. Yeah. Okay, got it. And also Wednesday, be ready because we're probably going to do double Soggy Sorrows.
Yep.
PFT and I are going to. All your dreams are coming true, folks. PFT and I are going to take a shower live together.
Billy, hit the meme.
Pressers.
There you go. Love you guys.
I'm mourning. That's it.
Say something.
You're
Say
sitting-
your
Billy's
favorite
sitting-
Bertha
he's-
memory.
That's my more okay.
Billy,
my
you're
favorite-
sitting Shiva right now.
You think Jake's gonna beat me today?
Honestly, I think you got a leg up on him.
Oh, Billy's cheesing after that
Would
one.
you like to? Yeah.
Sorry about that dead frog.
Your frog is fucking dead, dude.
This is so fucked up. Imagine.
Dead ass frog.
Anyway,
What a bitch.
Any thoughts, Billy?
no, I'm like upset
Are you upset that your frog's dead or that we
Yeah.
made fun of it?
now that the internet's gonna be telling me that I fuck frogs. For the
No,
next,
you don't
like,
fuck
3
them.
years.
You finger 'em.
It sucks. Anyway, love you guys.
Talking away. I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find you shine. I'm coming for your love again. Take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. I'll be gone.
He was in a bind, way behind, and willing to make a deal. When he came across this young man picking the guitar and playing it hot, the devil jumped up on a hickory stump, said, boy, let me tell you what. Like if you didn't know it, but I'm a guitar player too. And if you care to take this dare, I'll make a bet with you. You're a pretty damn good drummer, boy, but give the devil his due. I'll bet a guitar of gold against your soul. It says I'm better than you. But the boy said, my name is Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet. You're gonna regret I'm the best that's ever been.
Suddenly, let's say, I'm all set in, but I'll be so little way. Slowly learn to find it's okay. Say out to me. It's better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take on me. Take on me. I'll be
Fire flew from his fingertips as he tuned his axe down low. And he pulled that pick across the strings and it made an evil hiss. Then a band of demons all joined in and it sounded just like this.
all things that you say, yeah, little I hope, just to play my worries away. You are all things I've got to remember. Shy away, I'm coming for you anyway. Shy away, I'm coming for you anyway. Take on me, take on me, take on me, I'll be gone. Take on me, take on me, I'll be gone. Take on me.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.